Hey there, it's Rudy. So I thought I would share, I guess, where I'm at right now on my creative process, which is really wonderful. It's been a little over a year since I made a full commitment to visit Finland, to search for my sort of family villages and also my distant family there. All of that was extremely successful. I now have relationships with my distant kin there. And in the process of this, two trips that I took, one in 2023 and one in 2024, I suddenly found myself in a great creative process. I've written nearly 20 articles in a year's time since before I started this process and then after I had met my family. And then I suddenly realized after publishing all of my material online that I suddenly have the makings for another book. So in discussing this with my one of my friends and thinking a lot more deeply about this in terms of how I came up through about this in a creative way and delving deeply in the world of myth as part of my storytelling and my understanding of Finland and also my own story as an adopted person who is separated from his family and the role of myth in that process and my own unraveling of my truth. I realized I have what is a really good story that needs to be told. So after bantering about with my friend, I decided my story, not right now, is going to be called When the Sirens Call, Finding My Home in Finland. And of course, the sirens reference the great Greek mythical character Odysseus, who was strapped to the mast of his ship sailing by the island where the sirens would sing and draw the sailors to their death on the rocks. The sailors put beeswax in their ear, avoided the siren's call, and Odysseus heard it. But it's that pull of the sirens that is in the story, in the myth that we all know, that is something that is true in all of us, particularly adoptees who need to find our past and need to find our truth and need to find our kin. That is the siren. Anyway, it all sort of ties together beautifully. And last night, or this week rather, but again, more so last night, I was jumping into the thinking and the ideas of Joseph Campbell, who influenced my own work in my first book, You Don't Know How Lucky You Are, in talking about the hero's journey. And Joseph Campbell, some may dismiss him, but I truly believe Joseph Campbell had a great understanding of the human experience across time and across cultures. And he talks about something called finding your bliss. And I know you've heard this before, but I'll share it with you because it resonates so clearly with me. And Joseph Campbell, in his discussions with Bill Moyers back in the 80s, noted if you follow your bliss, you put yourself on a kind of track that has been there all the while, waiting for you. And the life you ought to be living is the one you're living somehow. And when you can see it, you begin to deal with people who are in your field of bliss and they open doors to you. So basically, that's just the perfect description of what happened to me when I went on my journey, my mythical journey to find my family in Finland, and everything happened perfectly. I don't know how to describe it other than that way, and it was truly magic. So that's the story I plan to tell. I don't know when I'm going to get around to laying it out more clearly, but it is coming. It happened organically, and a year ago I could not have told you any of this was going to happen, but it did, and I'm still following it, and it's a great thing. And I hope if you're going to be taking that journey, you hear the sirens, and when you hear the sirens, you just have to go. Cheers.